I think if you guys come in a little bit more, you're gonna have to get all up close and personal. This isn't filming. Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back if you're a subscriber. I am obviously here with my two friends. It's not just me in the video. I am here with Lexi from Books with Lexi and Katrina from Katrina Brown. I've been friends with them for a while and I came to visit and it's been so much fun. We have been filming collab videos. They've been extraordinarily chaotic, I would say. So make sure you go check out their videos. I will link it in the description. They've been so much fun, but we kind of impromptu decided we wanted to ask some questions on my Instagram and see if people had any like bookish questions or just funny life questions. So we are going to get into the video, but make sure you subscribe to both of them. They make amazing content. We are all in Halloween together. All right, so let me pull up my Instagram. I tried not to read over these before. I kind of read over like 2 of them. So we're just gonna go through it. So I'm not gonna say usernames or anything. We're just gonna keep it anonymous. So the first one, what do I even choose? Okay, I'm gonna start with a book question.
Okay.
What book made you fall in love with reading?
Something that kind of changed me. And it would probably have to be It Came From Underneath the Sink or whatever. It Came From Beneath the Sink by R.L. Stein. Goosebumps. It's a very creepy book about an evil sponge.
Oh my god!
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, changed me as a person, as you can see.
I love that. I mean, as a kid, it was the Nancy Drew books, but as an adult, I got back into reading because I needed a long book because I didn't want to spend money on credits. So I read 11/22/63 by Stephen King, and it was that one that got me like back into reading.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
Because usually people don't say long books when they
No.
get back into reading.
No, yeah, I'm cheap.
That book is so good.
Yeah.
I haven't read it. I've heard it's amazing. For me, it's a hard answer because if I look back in my life, there's like different phases of what really got me to love reading. I think the first books that I can remember are like the Warrior Cat series. I loved the Warrior Cats. Like I was obsessed. But older, I would say what got me back into reading is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I loved that, and that was like my first thriller ever. So I was obsessed immediately. It became my favorite genre. And it's kind of, I mean, it's not horror, but I also love horror too, but thriller and horror are my favorites. Okay, what is the
Oh no.
what is the best mustache on a guy?
Was this Kaylee?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying the usernames.
Well,
It wasn't Kaylee.
We can call out Kaylee.
It wasn't Kaylee.
I like Bob's Burgers mustache. Just like keep it simple.
I don't like any mustaches. They're gross. I hate them.
I feel like if it
Yes, I hate them.
If it has
really,
I feel like if a mustache is like full, it works. Generally, but not like police mustache. Do you know what I'm saying? Like sheriff mustache? No.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's like full enough, then it works. Just too wispy is not my vibe.
any mustache is wrong.
What is your favorite book cover? If you guys need a second to think.
No, Sundial by Katrina Ward.
That is a really cool cover.
Yeah.
Think it's going to be When Darkness Loves Us, maybe? Yeah, it has a doll shattered face on the cover.
Oh,
it's a paperback from Hell by Elizabeth Enstrom. And it has just like, it's like a doll, but like you can't really see the face because it's broken. That one's cool.
I think I've seen that. I'm gonna have to look it up, make sure. I would say Mexican Gothic. That's like my all-time favorite. I did a cover recreation of it because I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Like, I guess that was so long ago. It was 2 years ago, and I went to a thrift store and I got like a tablecloth and I cut it up and then just kind of arranged it to look like a dress. It somehow
really
worked.
good.
Yeah, so that one is probably my all-time. Let's see like a silly one. I'm trying to find a weird one. Everybody behaved themselves. Oh my god. Okay. Tell us a fact about you that you've never talked about before with like the eyes. And then it says, make it silly, please. Oh my god.
I used to do gymnastics, and then I had to go to like get massages when I was working, and they were like, "You used to be a gymnast," to every masseuse guest, and I was like, "You were correct. Am I broken?" And they were like, "Kind of," and I was like, "Great,
Oh my god,
cool." I don't know if that's fun. I'm like,
I know, we're like,
I'm not
feeling
like
bad
getting
over
paid,
it.
but like it's funny like that they could tell.
Yeah.
Like just from like massaging me, they were like, "You used to be a gymnast." I'm like, "How do you know?" They're like, "'Cause you're messed up now. Your muscles are weird." That's it.
Oh, I thought of one. I thought
don't
I
have one, so
couldn't
you-
think of one, and then I thought. Okay, so when I was young, I don't remember how old I was, but I remember watching this thing on PBS Kids about worms.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get pet worms. So my mom took me to the like fishing store, and I got like a thing of like worms, and then I put them in like a bucket, and then they like reproduced, and then I had a huge bucket of worms, and I would like pick them up and think they were really cool and be like, here's my pet worms.
That's
And there's a
so
picture,
weird.
and then, I know, it's so weird. And then there's like a picture of me as this little cute little like child, and I'm just like, wow, and there's like worms, and I thought they were so cool. And then when I felt like there was enough worms, I put them in the garden. But the weirdest thing about this is like I'm scared of worms now. Like I hate worms. So why was I like that? Yeah.
Maybe you just like the texture.
But I hate them now. So that's
Ew.
like, why did it change so... I can't believe I'm sharing that to the internet, but I
Well,
am.
Everything I could think of, I was like, oh, I've talked about that on Sprints.
You don't have like a gross bug story or anything like.
You weren't a
I'm-
weird child at all. You had nothing as a child that you were...
But I've told these stories.
Well,
My
you can-
sister and I used to collect dead ladybugs that that they all died in our bathroom for some reason.
Oh
And then I convinced my sister to take them to school. And she did it, and she got in trouble.
Oh my god.
Why would you get in trouble for that?
Because the teacher was scared of them.
That's lame.
She wasn't like in real trouble, but like they sent a note home with my sister.
It was noteworthy.
Yeah, but it was my fault
Wow.
because I told her to do it.
I have a weird ladybug story. I'll tell you guys later.
Intriguing. This one is fun. Favorite hobby not including reading.
Laying in my bed.
Crocheting
Oh, man.
and watching movies. I took it.
yeah.
I also do like to crochet and just like crafting in general.
Yeah. I really like fashion. I haven't been as into it recently, but like I used to be very researchy about fashion and like trends and putting things together. And also, I guess, I really like hiking. I love being outside. First celebrity crush.
Roger Rabbit. Wait, he's not really a celebrity. He's a cartoon. Gosh.
I know mine. Josh Hutcherson
Oh, that's
from The Bridge to Terabithia. I was like, yes!
Honestly, I think same.
Yeah. I was in love. I was like, I'm marrying him.
Yeah, and then that transferred into the Hunger Games.
Yes. And then Percy Jackson. What's his name? Logan Lerman. Percy Jackson as well. He was my background on my old little iPod Touch. He was my literal background. What book cover trends do you find ugly in all caps?
I guess like the two-tone like colors just on thrillers with like the really boring text.
Yeah.
It's like a yellow and a blue and then like blah 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 and it like all
Like
looks
the
same.
neon ones?
Mm-hmm.
Like that book right there?
Not like that, but it's like done
Yeah.
like a scoop or something. And I'm like, what?
Why
is
can't
this
I
doing?
picture this?
Yeah, what? Can you give us an example?
Yeah, can you pull it up so people
I'm-
can see?
I'm just like,
Can you think of a
blah,
book?
Blah. Maybe that was a face on it though. Actually, I'm thinking about it.
So Katrina doesn't know.
I don't
I'm
like
every.
super
I'm
minimal.
like every thriller book.
Are you talking about like super minimal covers where
Yeah.
it's basically just the text?
Yeah, it's like just the text in two colors.
Okay, well, if you think of something, we'll leave it in the comments.
It's called like look up a Sherry Lapina.
Oh,
That isn't the cover, or
Yeah.
that isn't the couple next door.
yeah. I get bored by like similar to you, but just like a house, but it's not like a haunted house. It's just like a house.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
For no
Cherry
reason.
Looking is a happy family.
Yeah,
And a
I'm
house on it, and it's pink and blue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is it just a house? Like, I like creepy old houses, but if it's just a house,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Or even just like a woman standing in the distance,
Right.
like walking away.
Yeah.
They're just boring. I just want more
Yeah.
Or like
exciting covers.
all that text that isn't just like creepy text.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
why is it just plain? I don't get it.
I will say this isn't part of the question, but a trend that I love is like people with flowers, like foliage. I love that. I know it's like overdone, but I'm a sucker for that. I love
Yeah.
it, especially in YA. So good.
I like covers that are disturbing, like just like Mother.
Oh yeah, I
I
like
love that
disturbing
cover.
covers too. Yep. What is a recent book that surprised you? I feel like I'm just looking between you guys. Like, okay, so I'll go first because I looked at my Goodreads and it's Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke by Eric LaRocca. I was surprised how much I loved this book because I knew it was super out there and strange, and I don't always gravitate towards like really weird books, but I loved it and I couldn't stop thinking about it and I became obsessed with it. So that's kind of the first one that comes to mind.
Mine was Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. It's a dystopian novel, and it was written kind of a long time ago. I don't remember when it was written. It was definitely written in like the 80s or 90s, and it starts in 2024, and it's like exactly like our world today, and
Oh,
it's very
that's-
disturbing.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine is recent-ish. Death in Her Hands by Tessa Moshfegh shocked me. I thought I was going to hate it. It is literary fiction.
Yeah.
And there's no plot. But for some reason, like, that ended up being one of my favorite books last year.
Dang.
I was very surprised.
What is everyone's favorite video they've made?
I think like more recent is my 23 and 23 is all paperbacks from hell, and they're all in Grady Hendrix' book, like I'll mention. And I memorized all the synopsis, and I was
Oh my
like,
gosh.
I know all the synopses, and it was like actually really hard.
Yeah,
Where have I posted?
that's super impressive. It's hard when you're filming. You forget. Like I personally will like
Yeah.
blank on stuff.
Even though some of them I'm like, I think this is about somebody that does something, and then like I was like, I still said something.
I would say my favorite is my recommending my favorite thrillers of all time, and it's like 40 plus books in it. It's like 50, almost said 50 hours long. It's 50 minutes long.
I do love that video. That video's great.
yeah.
Thank you. I broke it down into tropes. I need to do like an updated shorter one, but that's probably my favorite video I've ever made. And my longest. I was filming for like 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah, it was a lot.
I guess my favorite concept.
Bowser's like,
What are you doing? He's like, I'm digging a hole.
My favorite concept was like a two-part thing where in the first one I would read a book to 25%, and if I didn't think it would be 5 stars, I would DNF. And then the goal was to complete 3 books and hope that they were all 5 stars to see if I was correct. And then in part 2, I read all the books I DNF'd to see if that was correct or not. So I think that's my favorite concept.
that one's cool.
But I am actually going to redo that soon. More recent, can my booktube friends predict 5 stars for me? I like how those turn out. So
Yeah. Okay. What's a book that you would like to see made into a movie or show? I like this one.
I don't watch TV.
I'm like a clown book. I don't know. The Cotton Candy Massacre. It's already kind of set up as like an 80s slasher.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and it had like a fun genre bending thing in it. That was really fun and cool.
Yeah.
It's something that I haven't read a ton of in horror, and I was like, oh, cool.
I feel like either the Shuddering by Anya Alborn, because it kind of already reads like a film. It's like an isolated snowy setting. And then also like How to Sell a Haunted House, I feel like would be really fun to see on screen.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
getting an adaptation for sure.
I mean, it has to.
It has to,
It has to. I'm
yeah.
just scared that they're not going to do a good job because I heard my best friend's exorcism was super bad. So I didn't. So I didn't watch it. And it's so disappointing because like I wanted it to be good. Have your reading tastes / preferences changed in the past year?
Not in the past year. I would say I'm pretty much in the same place.
Yeah.
I lean more towards horror now. I was reading primarily thrillers, and now I feel like it definitely leans more towards horror because I'm getting more unique reads because I'm not as well read in the genre.
Yeah, for me, I feel like I am going to be slowly reading a little bit less thrillers, but I don't know, I say that and I probably still will, but I guess trying to read more horror because I'm getting a little burnt out with thrillers being so repetitive. All right, well, I think that is all for tonight. I think we're going to end it on that question, but thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to both my friends here. And if you watch this video, what emoji should they leave? Any ideas? We should do 3 separate because 3 people.
Okay.
For me, I'm going to choose the ghost emoji.
The person raising their eyebrow, one eyebrow, just one.
Oh, that's a tough one to even find sometimes. The clown emoji.
You can leave any of those.
Yeah,
It's
we
not
need
too
them
hard.
all.
Thanks for watching. I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.
Bye.